He's going to make some major changes, but what he really angered him this week, Matt, was the special team performance against San Diego.
Drove him crazy. They gave up too many big plays in the special teams. They're going to have problems today again in special teams because Napoleon Kaufman, along with Tim Brown, have big playability. In fact, this week in Philadelphia, Ray Rose went and had special teams practices. We'll see today if it paid off.
All right, they'll be under the gun, so it'll be the Eagles and the Raiders. Coming up before a sellout crowd in Oakland, and all of those fans will be back after this. And it's no question that the Oakland Coliseum and the fans here in the East Bay are great supporters of the Raiders. It's a home field advantage, unquestionably. Sunny skies, as we said, 74 degrees. Not much of a wind right now. And these home fans were a factor in the Raiders' opening game win over the Chargers on September the 3rd in their 17-7 victory.
Dick, I got to tell you, this place is louder than I remember it. 1981 when we last left. Back when we left, they were boycotting us.
Not anymore. Kelvin Martin back with Charlie Garner and Cole Ford, a rookie. Kicking off, Jeff Jager still out with a knee injury. And it's a short kick fielded by Kelvin Martin. And he doesn't get much. And on the skin portion of the baseball infield, the Eagles will start out. They have not shifted the gridiron yet, as the Oakland A's just finished playing this week at home. Randall Cunningham, who has not quite gotten down the West Coast offense, which is now being played on the West Coast today in his 11th year. His offensive line, rookie Barrett Brooks, Antone Davis continues to play in place of Lester Holmes. Waters and McCrary in the backfield, Williams and Barnett the receivers, and Ed West the tight end. First down on the 27th. And here is Ricky Waters. Doesn't get much. Maybe a yard, that's all. Mike Jones making the tackle. Raiders defense. Swilling, who came over from Detroit. McLaughlin, he's the one to watch. Jerry Ball and Anthony Smith still playing in place of Nolan Harrison. Jones, Beekert, and Fredrickson. Good trio of linebackers. And in the secondary, Albert Lewis, Eddie Anderson, Derek Hoskins, and Terry McDaniel in the secondary. 2nd and 9. Movement, penalty marker down, and the pass is complete. And Fred Barnett making the reception, and a gain of 12 yards pending the penalty. Our referee today is Ed Hockley.
It looks like the Raider right side jumped off, and that's what Hockley told us.
Offsides by the defense, number 56. The penalty is declined. Play results in a first down.
Well, they caught Pat Swilling jumping because, you know, that's Pat Swilling's game. His game is that big jump and then speed around the corner. And the difference I've seen in Swilling is 91 McLaughlin inside pushing the middle.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Still on the infield portion. And the handoff. And it's Ricky Waters, and a good gain, nearly 9 yards on that running play on first down. And right now, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
Washington trailing by 8, 1st and goal with 2 seconds left in the game. Gus Surratt, first mistake all day long, throws a pick to ex-Redskin Martin Mayhew. Tampa holds on for the win, 14-6. Back to Dick.
So Sam Weiss's prediction of a victory comes true. They're 2-2 on the year. And the Redskins are 1-3. 2nd down and 1 at the 49. Here is Waters. And Waters should have enough for the first down. Pat Swilling on the line making the tackle. Both teams lost last week after squandering leads. The Eagles had a 14-0 lead in the second quarter, and the Raiders were up 17-7 in the fourth quarter against Kansas City.
At the Raiders 40-yard.
Mike White. A lot of chances, went by the boards, finally got his number called as head coach. First down at the 49 for the Eagles. Cunningham overthrows Barnett.
Well, this is a sight that the Philadelphia Eagle offensive line is going to have to get ready for all day long. Number 91, Chester McLaughlin. Now, what he does very well is he just blows up the middle of the line. He's a huge, powerful man, and he pushes the center of that pocket, and what that does is allow the outside guys to come up and be a factor.
2 tight ends for the Eagles, and Charlie Garner has come in the game in the backfield, 2nd and 10. And the call goes to Garner. Nothing doing. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Eagles. Jerry Ball with the push.
When you watch this Philadelphia offense, so much is talked about the passing game. But this passing game is predicated on a good running game. Ricky Waters is running the football well, and Charlie Garner gets his 15 to 20 touches a game. That opens up, obviously, the passing game. And to be honest with you, I don't think the Eagle passing game is strong enough to stand on its own. It's got to have a productive day out of Waters.
Kelvin Martin is the 3rd wide receiver on 3rd and 11. Pressure up the middle on Cunningham, who's a threat to run. He's going to do just that. And Randall Cunningham will have the 1st down. So like Jeff Hostetler, Cunningham can run with the ball. McLaughlin brings him down, but not before a 17-yard pickup.
Now that right there is what absolutely kills the defense. You get the great pressure. He just improvises, takes off and runs, picks up the big first down.
And the 1st down at the 34.
And for those of you who saw Tampa Bay beat Washington, welcome to the Oakland Coliseum. The Eagles marching on their first possession of a scoreless game. They're on the Raider 34-yard line. Ricky Waters, who has been effective carrying the ball on this first drive, picks up about 3 yards before Rob Fredrickson brings him down.
You remember last week they played San Diego. They came out, Philadelphia Eagles, and they ran the football real well. They were throwing the ball real well. Everything was in sync. And I think that's what they have to do today. They've got to come out and they've got to have a fast start. The difference between last week and this week is they have to adjust better in the second half.
And they have to sustain. Remember, they had that 2-touchdown lead. 2nd and 7. Cunningham swings it to Waters. Dangerous as a receiver. And Ricky Waters down the sideline is pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line by Greg Biekert. And another big gain for the Eagles, good for 24 yards.
That's a nice job of just running this offense. Cunningham looks down, knows that he has Waters out in the left flat, so he looks the safety off to draw the coverage up, and then he just hits him and just lets Waters do the rest of the work. You know, the other facet of this offense that has to really come into being is the wide receivers blocking. And Fred Barnett here does a good job.
Waters touched the ball 25 times last week as a receiver and a rusher. 1st and goal at the 7. And Charlie Garner trying to find running room, gets in for the touchdown.
That was all Charlie Garner did. That thing was designed to go outside. He saw a crack, and this is what Charlie Garner has given the Philadelphia Eagles, the ability to burst through that crack.
He came into the game averaging over 5.5 yards per carry. That's his 2nd touchdown rushing of the year.
This is where it's supposed to go. Here's what he sees right back here. Now, this is called running with your eyes. See, stop, boom, right back inside. Have the safety going one way. He comes back the other way, and that's 6 points. That's all Charlie Garner.
And he has quieted this raucous Oakland crowd. Pretty good 1-2 running attack with Ricky Waters and Charlie Garner. And now Gary Anderson with the extra point. It's good, and the Eagles stun the Raiders with an opening drive, which should satisfy Ray Rhodes, and it's 7-0.
You know, the thing that Charlie Garner sees is Jerry Ball. Jerry Ball plays his defense so well that he forces Garner to put the brakes on and come back inside. See right there, see 93, he stopped it, and that forced him to come back. And then, heck, what this guy has is that little bit of magic. And magic is defined as the ability to make somebody miss. You're going to watch 93. He's going to shoot the gap. Now, he's to stop right there. See, now you come back, make this guy miss. Watch him put it on the safety. Just runs right through Hoskins. And that's good. That's just good running.
Garner with the touchdown, and big plays were the 24-yard pass and run to Ricky Waters and the 17-yard scamper by Randall Cunningham. As you look at the scoring drive, 10 plays, 73 yards, eating up nearly 5 minutes.
Well, you know what was always talked about with Randall Cunningham is, you know, when you defense them, you say, okay, we're not going to let him run to beat you. You want to try to make him throw to beat you. But when he starts taking off and running, he puts all kinds of pressure on you, and pressure that you can't coach against.
And as we said, Jeff Hostler has similar abilities. Welcome to the Oakland Coliseum. Along with Matt Millen, Dick Stockton, the Philadelphia Eagles have marched 73 yards on the opening drive of the game, capped by a 7-yard touchdown run by Charlie Garner to take a 7-0 lead over the Raiders. Gary Anderson with a low end-over-end kick. And Rocket Ismail returning inside the 10-yard line, getting a good return for the Raiders. And Steve Hendrickson, who was just added to help the special teams force for the Eagles, made the tackle after a return of 30.
I see the first strategy that they tried to do with special teams was pin the kickers from sideline to sideline.
Jeff Hostetler, who has 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in the first 3 games. Robert Jenkins, Steve Wisniewski, Dan Turk, Kevin Gogan, and Greg Skrepenak, a pretty big offensive line. Williams, Fenner, the blocking back. Brown and Ismail, the wide out. Terry Cash, the tight end. First play is to Napoleon Kaufman, who starts in the backfield, and Kaufman with a good cut gets 4 yards. William Thomas brings him down. The Eagles defense, number 1 pick Mike Mamula, undersized as a defensive end. Gunn, Harmon, and Fuller. Fuller, their top player up front. William Thomas, Kurt Govea, and Bill Romanowski, the linebackers. And a change in the secondary. Eric Zomalt is starting in place of the injured Michael Zordich, who's out with a groin injury. Hard count. Flag is down on 2nd and 6. The pass is complete to Darrell Hobbs. Hostetler trying to draw the Eagles off on a hard count, picked up 11 yards. And it appears to be a penalty against Philadelphia, and it is. So that'll be a first down. There's Hostetler's numbers so far this year.
You look at Jeff Hostetler and you look at this offense, and when you speak with Jeff Hostetler,
by the defense, the right defensive end. The penalty is declined, the play results in a first down.
Now, when you speak with Hostetler, it's almost a godsend. He was saying, I can't take another year of 7-step drops and holding the ball and waiting for the guy to get open. He said, I couldn't take the beating anymore. So he actually thinks this is a perfect fit for him.
First down on the 48-yard line of the Eagles. And the pitch to Kaufman, the number 1 pick for the Raiders. Nearly knocked behind the line of scrimmage by Romanowski and picked up 6 yards before Mark McMillan make the play.
You look at the Philadelphia Eagles and you see the difference with Charlie Garner. Well, number 26 right here, he's the difference for this Raiders team. Kaufman. Napoleon Kaufman looks like the same guy as Charlie Garner. A little tighter, a little more compact, but he's got the great quickness and he's got that magic we were talking about.
And I think the running backs on both teams mirror each other.
Yeah, they kind of do. Go, Govea.
2nd and 4. 2 tight ends, and here comes the blitz. And the quick toss to Terry Cash. Answering the blitz, Hostetler deeper into Eagle territory, gets 5 yards, and Zomalt makes his first play.
Yeah, an interesting call by Ray Rhodes. You see, what's happening now with offenses is that teams are having a tough time once they get down inside the red zone in that 20. So what they're doing is offenses are trying to take their shot from about the 30-35 so they have more of a field to work with. Ray Rhodes counters right now by putting the quick pressure to still make them work slowly down the field and make their own mistakes.
Raiders will come out with 3 wide receivers. Darrell Hobbs, the third. First down on the 38 of the Eagles. And the pass is intercepted by Govea. And the middle linebacker pauses and picks up the first turnover of the game. Good rush on Jeff Hostetler. Nearly knocked down as he threw the pass, and the first turnover of the game, and the Eagles get the ball.
Dick, I got to tell you, there was great coverage downfield. Hostetler wanted to go out to the flat, but it was not there. And then he got the pressure up inside, forced him to throw the ball, and Govea, who's just playing center field underneath, makes a great play.
There's a penalty flag in the play.
Watch, first of all, you're going to get the pressure up inside. And it's Fuller just goes right by Skrepenak. And then Skrepenak and Hostetler are down, and Hostetler stays with it. This is a sign of a good quarterback, That's a tough guy. You know, you may make a mistake, but you come back and you make a plus.
A personal foul has been tacked onto the